Hello everyone, I'm the EFC and this is Blue Lines TV, and today I'm bringing the match preview for our game against Liverpool that's going to start at 5 PM tomorrow on Saturday. Now I'm going to get into the strengths and weaknesses that Liverpool possess, then I'm going to talk about our strengths and weaknesses, and I'm going to give a conclusion on how I think the outcome of the game is going to be. Now getting straight into Liverpool and what I think their strengths are. Well, there's three players really: Salah, Firmino and Mane. Now at Liverpool with that front three, they're very good going forwards. Their strengths are, especially in unity with that game pressing, is obviously it's better for them to attack compared to defend. And with the pace that the entire front three has, the fluidity, the movement and the goal scoring threat, it really creates a lot of goal scoring opportunities for Liverpool, and they're effective from counter-attacking, and they're actually effective at actually keeping the ball now, especially with Salah being in the team and Coutinho moving deeper into midfield. They're able to now break teams down that actually defend deep against them. And with that game pressing, with that counter pressing system where obviously you try to win the ball back as quickly as you can, this increases the chances of the opposition team to create mistakes and give away free possession in their own half, where Liverpool are then able to string together very fast counter attacks. And you're seeing the likes of a Salah really getting on the end of these counter attacks and finishing these moves off, and it's no surprise why he's the leading goal scorer in the Premier League. Firmino though is very underrated, and it's his movement and his ability to drop deep to really create the spaces for Mane and Salah to run into. Liverpool's attack aren't only just fast, they're extremely skillful as well. Each one of that front four, if I'm including Coutinho in that, they're able to beat a man one-on-one, play people in, score, shoot from distance, etc. They're averaging nearly 3 goals a game this season, so it's letting you know how great their goal threat is. But if you guys have realised, I keep going on about Liverpool's goal threat and their attacking ability, and really that's all they really possess. Now I'm going to start talking about their weaknesses, and in my opinion there are quite a lot of them. Starting with number one, they're awful at defending set pieces. I think in tandem with their use of a zonal system, and they defend set pieces, and on top of that, a lot of the players in that team don't possess the credentials really to deal with aerial threats. So it's no surprise to me why I always see like a bit of a panic whenever they're defending set pieces, because other than their defenders in Klavan, Lovren and Matip, there isn't really anyone that can really deal with threats like that. And teams realise that once you move Klavan, Lovren and those defenders out the way and deal with them, then you do have free opportunities to attack the ball with your head from set pieces. Number two, another big issue that Liverpool do have is that with their game pressing, they're very susceptible to leaving counter-attacking opportunities at the back. Now this is the crazy thing, the gap between the midfield and the defence is huge. It's so big where it really makes it hard for any Liverpool players to really mark and deal with any opposition players. So you do get free counter-attacking opportunities. You are able to run one-on-one, and you have the potential to create overloads on the counter-attack. And that's because of course Liverpool can't mark anyone, so there's free space for players to run into if you're being brave and taking that risk. Liverpool do all of their pressing their opposition's half, but when it comes to defending in their own half, it's nearly non-existent. So it's actually a testament to the qualities of their attacking players that they're able to really play like this as their main strength, and they're still able to get results and get goals. Number three, the other weakness is Jordan Henderson. Now on the ball he is decent, he has adapted to trying to control the possession, control the play and start moves, but unfortunately he has more defensive responsibility. Now recently Klopp has tried to help Henderson in terms of having Wijnaldum dropping a bit deeper to really help support him, but Henderson doesn't have those capabilities, those defensive capabilities, or the legs, or the positional awareness to really be a one-man army and really stopping counter-attacks. He can't do it, especially when he's got no pace as well. Now getting into Chelsea and talking about our strengths. Now our biggest strength in this game is going to be Eden Hazard and Alvaro Morata. It is the best duo and combination in the league, and really I expect them to have a lot of joy against Liverpool tomorrow due to those gaps, and because we do like to play balls into the middle for them. You know, they're very good at keeping possession and they can play off each other as well. It's why we haven't been so wasteful in the final third by having those two playing. And with Eden Hazard especially, even being able to drop deeper behind Morata, he's going to have so much space to do whatever he wants. So really it's going to come down to, obviously, if he can get Fabregas on the ball, and if he's able to then link the midfield with the attack, obviously by supplying the distribution to Hazard and Morata. Another bonus we have is that Morata is very good aerially. Now, probably he's been the best striker in the air since Drogba, in my opinion. Diego Costa never won anything in the air. Morata can, and he's going to cause Lovren and Matip a lot of issues aerially. I hope and I do feel that we will be using a 3-5-2 system, and I really think with that back three, because Conte prefers them to be very compact, it is going to help stem the tide against Liverpool, especially because we have one of the best midfielders in the world in N'Golo Kante in front, and if you have any cracks in your team, you put Kante in that team, those cracks are filled. But when it comes down to really predicting how we'll play in this game, sometimes with these big games it is kind of hard to really analyse how we're going to approach it. We're kind of like Jekyll and Hyde in these games for some unfortunate reason. We've seen the good with games against Manchester United and Atletico Madrid where we dominated and we got the wing backs forward and we got on the ball and dictated proceedings. But then there's certain games like Tottenham and Man City where we do play off the back foot, we prefer to play on the counter-attack, we allow a lot of pressure onto ourselves unnecessarily, and we are susceptible to being exploited that way. And I'm thinking maybe Conte might decide, you know what, with Liverpool it might be the safest approach to really play a counter-attacking game where I keep a compact back three. I have the wing-backs dropping deep to make a 5. If any of the wing-backs need support defensively, I'll have one of the centre-backs push out wide to help with them, and then I'll either have Bakayoko or Kante pushing out wide as well to really help stem the tides. I do feel that with Kante back in the team, we are better at playing out from the back and beating that opposition press. And I expect Fabregas to get on the ball a lot and have that freedom to play those quarterback-like passes to the front players. And in tandem, that's going to give a lot of freedom for our wing-backs potentially to get forwards. But in my opinion, because we will have a 3-man midfield, that's enough for us to really keep the ball and dictate the play a bit. Now maybe it's my own personal opinion as a fan, but when I look at Liverpool, I keep making this point that I think they're a top 4 team offensively, but their midfield and defence are mid-table. Now, if you've got the likes of Morata, Eden Hazard, Fabregas and Kante, to me that's good enough to really have confidence in your ability and play. Because one great thing about the 3-5-2 is that when we play offensively with it, we create a lot of attacking overloads in the opposition area. For example, when we do play offensively, the team effectively becomes a 3-1-4-2. Of course, with the wing-backs, they're able to get a lot of joy getting out wide and they really hug the touchlines. And that creates the space for Eden Hazard and Morata to really operate in the middle. And on top of that, when you've got Fabregas linking the play and the space being created by both Hazard and Morata, that gives space for a 3rd-man run to be made in behind, and that's what Bakayoko has been doing. When you know that Liverpool like to use a back four that's not necessarily very good, in my opinion, they're basically going to be giving away 3 goal scoring opportunities for us. I don't see Liverpool having a game plan to stop Morata and Eden Hazard. If I do see them use a back 3 tomorrow, then yes, they do have a game plan to do that, but I'm kind of like 90% certain that they're not going to do that and they're going to stick to using that same system and formation. But I think that obviously Kante will be key as he's going to help stop a lot of counter-attacks, and I feel that Hazard is going to be even bigger because he's going to have a lot of joy and freedom playing in those gaps left and behind, and these gaps are huge. They're not small, it's not tight. If anything, Liverpool maybe should approach the game in a more counter-attacking manner, in my opinion, because their centre-backs won't be able to cope with Eden Hazard or Morata, especially when both possess the ability to play under pressure. They can link each other in, very good one-on-one defending, and they're very strong at holding the ball up as well. Now, getting onto our weaknesses, and in my personal opinion, using this 3-5-2 system, the only one weakness we have will be that left-hand side. Now, why do I say that? If I do see Cahill and Alonso playing together, to me that's a very slow left-hand side, and a lot of Liverpool's main threat has been coming on that right hand side. Teams just can't cope with Salah's pace, especially his movement in behind. He knows how to stretch players and get in behind. Alonso has no recovery pace, and we know that. And the thing with Cahill is that he isn't comfortable pushing out wide to help defend defensively. So that's going to give even more space for Salah to operate in if he does get the ball. And I expect Liverpool to try and focus some plays down that right hand side to really try and create mistakes on that left hand side for them to exploit. Now, if that was to happen, if I do see Cahill, I can see Conte using Bakayoko to maybe move to the left hand side a bit, but I really feel we don't need to do that. In my opinion, I'd like to see Luiz playing because I think Luiz, Christensen and Aspie can easily work. Luiz is comfortable playing out wide as well, but I don't think Conte will really do that. If anything, Rudiger should be playing in this game because he has that recovery pace. And Rudiger is comfortable pushing out wide to defend. He's one of the only defenders I know that can play on the left and on the right. Even though he does give away a lot of silly fouls in my opinion, I feel with his recovery pace that should help to try and limit Salah a bit, and that's going to give more confidence for Marcus Alonso, because there's going to be times that we do see Salah running past him. Anyway, you guys, you know what, in my personal opinion, I'm actually feeling confident for the game against Liverpool tomorrow. I think it's going to be one of those games where when we do win, people are going to take us more seriously and consider our threat more, and I actually see us scoring goals in this game. I'm going to be going for 3-1. I expect Liverpool to get a goal on the counter-attack or something, or from a mistake, but I see us getting the first goal, which is going to change the course of the game in our favour. And I see that Liverpool won't be able to cope with Mozart's up front, and I think that this win is really going to make people take notice of Chelsea and realise, wow, this new system really is bringing a new transformation into the team. Anyway, you guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, comment and subscribe, and if you haven't already, please press the bell notification sign. If you enjoyed my videos and my content, it's the least you can do. And anyway, you guys, I'm CWANless. This is CWANless TV, signing out.